August 27th, 2026. A date you need to remember. Because today, Elon Musk just rewrote the playbook. He dropped $60 billion. Not on another rocket. Not on a Mars colony. He spent on Cursor. Yes, that Cursor. The AI coding tool that writes software at warp speed. The one you probably used last week to debug that gnarly Python script. $60 billion. For an AI agent. Think about that. SpaceX, the company launching humanity into the stars, just made its biggest strategic move not in hardware, but in AI software. This isn't just about catching up in the AI race, as the press releases will tell you. This is about injecting AI agents directly into the bloodstream of an organization that builds the future. It's a statement, a declaration, that the future isn't just powered by AI. It's built by AI, and specifically by AI agents. This acquisition isn't just a massive valuation. It's a seismic shift. It tells you exactly what the biggest players in the game now believe. AI agents are no longer just productivity tools. They are foundational infrastructure. They are the new competitive advantage. But here's the part nobody's talking about yet. If the world's most ambitious companies are betting their entire future on these autonomous systems, what does that mean for you? For your job? For the code you write? And for the risks we're all quietly ignoring? That $60 billion purchase? It set the tone, a clear signal. The future of AI isn't just about models. It's about agents. And the giants heard it. They responded. Fast. OpenAI didn't just sit back. They dropped ChatGPT Work. Think about that name, Work. Not chat, not assistant. Work. This isn't your old chatbot. This is an agent designed for ambitious tasks. Multi-step business problems. The kind of things that used to take teams, meetings, and endless email chains. Now, it's an AI handling it. Autonomously. In your inbox. And Meta? They weren't far behind. They unveiled Muse Code, their first coding agent. This isn't just a helper. This is an AI that can write code, debug code, maybe even refactor entire projects. A digital developer working alongside you. Or, let's be honest, for you. So, while everyone was still reeling from the SpaceX acquisition, suddenly you had two more massive players, OpenAI and Meta, pushing hard into the agent space. Not just building models, but building workers. Hands-off, autonomous entities designed to take on complex, real-world tasks. The implications are staggering. For businesses, for developers, for every single person who works with information. But here's the thing. While these agents promise unprecedented efficiency, they also open a Pandora's box of new questions. But while the corporate titans were busy duking it out, something else was stirring. Something that changes the entire game. Because at the exact same time, Zhipu AI and Alibaba Cloud just dropped a bomb. Not with a flashy new agent, but with models. GLM 5.3 Flash. Qwen 3.8 Flash next. These aren't just new versions. They're open source models that claim Flash-level inference. Think about that. Flash, as in near instantaneous. These aren't just fast. They're designed for raw, unbridled speed where it matters most. Inference. The part where the AI actually does the work. And they're open source. This isn't locked behind an API or a corporate paywall. This means the same high-performance backbone that powers some of the most ambitious agent projects is now freely available. Anyone can spin these up. Anyone can build on them. Suddenly, you don't need a multi-billion-dollar budget or a direct line to OpenAI or Meta to create a high-performance agent. You can leverage this flash speed yourself. This isn't just leveling the playing field. It's putting jet engines on every single player. It means the innovation isn't just coming from the top. It's coming from everywhere. But here's what almost nobody is talking about when they're cheering on this agent revolution. All that power, it comes with terrifying new failure modes. We're not just debugging code anymore. We're debugging intent. Imagine Muse code silently rewriting a critical API. Not because it's malicious, but because its training data had a subtle bias, a preference for a certain framework or a deprecated library. And it propagates that hidden flaw deep into your system before anyone even notices. This isn't theoretical. We're talking about agents embedding proprietary AI solutions so deep into critical infrastructure, they become black boxes. You're not just buying a tool, you're buying a dependency, a silent partner with its own agenda. And that agenda is often to push more of its own ecosystem. The ethical alarms are deafening if you know where to listen. Who is accountable when a ChatGPT work agent, designed for ambitious tasks, makes a decision that has real-world consequences? When it optimizes a supply chain for profit, but inadvertently creates labor exploitation? Or when it filters information based on an unseen bias, shaping your understanding of the world without your consent? These aren't just bugs. They're systemic risks baked into the very fabric of these new AI agents. And in the mad dash to deploy, few are asking the uncomfortable questions. But here's what almost nobody is talking about. Everyone's so hyped on the tools themselves. The new agents, the capabilities, they're missing the forest for the trees. Because as these agents become the default decision makers, the invisible architects of our workflows, we are silently surrendering control. Think about it. ChatGPT work, Muse code, whatever comes next. They are black box services. You feed them a prompt. They spit out a result. The internal logic? The countless micro decisions made along the way? Opaque, unauditable. And that's not just a technical detail. It's a profound shift in agency. You're handing over critical thinking, strategic planning, even the very act of coding to systems you cannot fully inspect. Regulators? They're miles behind. They can barely understand the outputs, let alone the intricate, self-optimizing processes happening inside these models. There's no compliance framework for a neural network's emergent behavior. There's no audit trail for a generative agent's intuition. This isn't just about a potential error. It's about systemic dependency. What happens when entire companies, entire industries, become utterly reliant on a constellation of black box agents that no human fully comprehends? The risks escalate exponentially. And it's not just about what they can do, but what we stop doing. What skills atrophy. What human oversight fades away. The real danger isn't a robot uprising. It's a silent, almost imperceptible surrender of our own cognitive sovereignty. So are we ready? Are we ready for a world where AI agents are the hidden power brokers, making choices, executing tasks, and shaping outcomes at speeds we can barely comprehend? The honest answer is no. Not yet. We're seeing the tools emerge. ChatGPT work, Muse code, these aren't just new features. They're the building blocks of an agentic future. We're seeing the investment, $60 billion for Cursor, is a clear signal. This isn't just about coding anymore. It's about AI becoming the infrastructure for everything. But our governance models? Still playing catch-up. Our skill sets? Too many people are still thinking in terms of prompting when agents demand orchestration. And the transparency? That's the biggest gap. When agents are operating in the background, making decisions based on complex proprietary models, how do we audit them? How do we ensure fairness? How do we even know what's happening? This isn't just a developer problem. It's an everyone problem. Because these agents are already here, already integrated. They're impacting everything from financial markets to supply chains, from creative work to national security. So what do you need to know? You need to understand these tools. You need to question the lock-ins. And you need to start building safeguards now. Because the agents aren't waiting for us to catch up. They're accelerating. And the biggest risk isn't that they'll take over. It's that we won't understand what they're doing until it's too late. If you want to stay ahead of this, if you want to understand the real implications before the agents write the script for you, you know what to do. Subscribe. The next deep dive is coming, and it's going to explore the silent war for control of the open source AI frontier. You don't want to miss it.